It's showtime.
He's going to go.
They are fired up this morning. We're going to see why Zack won't pull for Auburn basketball in just a little bit, but 50 degrees out there, and that's been the discussion this morning. I'm sure they'll chime
we got
in.
a lot of stuff to discuss this morning.
Yes,
Good
we
morning,
do.
Jamie Cooper. This is Athens in the AM. I may go a little political here in a minute. Who's that calling me? Curtis Giles calling this morning. Let me get my political on him right now. Curtis, I got your message. Curtis, I'm going to say hello to Curtis Giles. What is your #1 TV show?
Jamie Cooper.
That's the right answer.
Good morning, Curtis.
Right answer, Curtis.
Morning, Gloria.
Good morning.
I ain't got all day to talk to you, Curtis. I'm working here this morning. All right, let me tell y'all what's happening. Hey, Michelle, how's it going? The man who went to
I saw
Canada
Michelle.
hung out with Michelle Obama and said she was a nice lady.
She was.
She was.
Spent 2 or 3 minutes with her.
She was.
We're going to hear all
She
about
was.
that in just a little bit. You know that, Jan? He's one of you.
I didn't know
I
that.
hope,
Well,
I
he
hope
ain't really. He just went up there because it was a free trip.
All right.
Please, Skip.
Joseph, what's
Well,
your...
not free trip.
Everything's good. Everything's good. That's about all I know.
You know, Auburn's probably going to win the national championship, and we all pulling for Auburn except for our sports director.
I heard
I don't
that.
think he got one on the end. He's an Alabama fan too, or Todd
Yeah, I'm not pulling
Tomlin.
for
He's
him
pulling
either.
for North Carolina.
I'm Christian, but that's about
So
to draw the line.
he is a North Carolina. So you talking about somebody who's definitely not pulling for his Todd Tomlin.
All right, before you get carried away, Zack, let's go ahead and do the weather before I forget it, because it is springtime, you know. I can't go to bed
Almost
till the
forgot
sun
it.
goes down, so
That's
that means I have
right.
to stay up till 7.
You've been staying up pretty late these days. All right, 50 degrees out there. Things are going to be
CBD.
nice today. Actually, a lot of energy from that. And 61 degrees for your high today, so enjoy the spring-like days. Don't you just love to hear the birds chirping in the morning and the sun coming out, everything just good. And actually no rain. That's the best part right now. No rain for several days, actually until Saturday. Of course, it'll wait till the weekend, but look at 70 for your high on Thursday, so just get out and enjoy. SaveWithGloria.com if you're looking to pre-qualify, refinance, or new construction, or even that new home. We'll help you out. Hometown Lenders.
All right, Dr. White back in. What do you just buzz into Athens every now and then?
I just
An
buzz
hour or
in,
two,
buzz
then leave
out.
out.
Yep.
What are you
Yep.
going to be talking about today?
A topic you gave me. It's
Yeah.
about older adults renting instead of buying.
Renting instead
Yes.
of buying. Yeah, well, how's that happen?
There's a lot of reasons why.
We'll hear all
Works
about
out
that in
good
just a
for me.
little bit. Took a lot. First, let's talk about how Trump had Christmas come early. This was yesterday's
he did.
headline for USA Today. No conspiracy. Greg, it just gets better and better. Michael Abiani, he's going to get like 100 years in prison for extorting Nike for 20-something million. And they got, what, $1 billion to build the wall? What, 57 miles of the wall?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, I mean...
It's a great day.
He had a good day.
And, man, the Democratic people on CNN and stuff are just going berserk. And all these liberal actresses and actors are going crazy because Trump has been vindicated. And that just assured him the re-election in 2020, Jan.
Yeah,
so.
right.
You predicting it?
I am predicting it.
Okay, all right.
I don't think there's anybody.
There's not anybody on that 16 or 17 people that's going to win.
That's going to win.
There are two
Biden
left.
So you don't think
He's gonna run,
Biden,
yeah.
you know he's
No.
going to run.
If we was in Canada, yes, but we're not there. So
That's right. We're going to talk about it. Greg did go up to, Coach Skipworth did go up to Canada, heard Michelle Obama, and was really impressed with her.
yeah, or what it was.
So we'll talk about that. Another guy who's...
Not politically, just as a person.
Yeah.
Good.
We'll hear all about that coming up later, but a man who's also impressed with her, here he is now, Mr. Auburn Knight himself, Zack.
Welcome to ZTV 11 Sports, brought to you by All Star Plumbers. For all your plumbing needs, go to All Star Plumbers. Also, Applebee's Tailgate Talk, 10 to 12, every Saturday on the Big 1080 WKC. Yeah, the basketball tournament, we'll talk about that here in a second, but Hartsville celebrated a walk-off victory. Brody Morris' first varsity home run was a walk-off home run, so that's how they remember, and they won the other day. So congratulations to him. Pisgah's Annie Hughes was voted as the Huntsville Region's Girl Basketball Player of the Year, and she is an Auburn signee. She averaged 21 points, 4 assists, and 3 steals,
21.
7 rebounds. Pretty good stats right
I didn't know
there.
Auburn had a girls basketball team.
Yeah.
Hey, they're better than Alabama's girls too. That's one thing.
Probably better than
We're on our way
Alabama's
back.
boys.
We'll hire us a coach maybe one day. Hey, Tennessee, they had a 25-point lead. I don't know if y'all saw that game Sunday, but they blew that. But they come back and held on against Iowa. North Carolina and Auburn. That's one the Auburn fans around here will be looking forward, and Todd and Dottie Story, big North Carolina fans, they'll be looking forward to that game. Duke and UCF, that was the best game of all.
Wow.
Ooh, that
Central
point.
Florida had them
Scary.
beat, and they missed a slam right there at the end.
There hasn't been any
Sure did.
upset so far, right?
Well, you got Oregon is the lowest seed right now that's still playing.
They beat who, Wisconsin?
They're a 12 seed.
All right, Zack,
So,
is
and then Alabama, like I said, looking for a basketball coach. Avery Johnson was bought out. Greg Byrne would not tell how much they gave. They asked him yesterday, and he said, we came to agreement. So he is gone, and we're looking for a new coach, and we've already lost one basketball player. Dejon Ingram is transferring. No big loss, in my opinion, right there. So, Jamie, back to you.
That's what I want to hear, Zach. That's what I want to hear. All right, let me draw Chili Challenge. We're down there this Saturday.
Yes.
Zach, Todd, everybody's down with the radio station. We were there. They had it this year, Jan, at a different place. Had it over
Awesome.
at Knoxville County Event Center.
Oh.
That's me on the right. That's the fine sheriff. And go, hold that
He's
shot,
skinny,
man.
Minnie.
Guess what the sheriff has done? He's
Right
give,
there.
Proud of
he's
him.
give up dipping.
No, he ain't.
Yeah, said
really.
he
Can't
been
believe that.
dipping snuff since he was 12 years old.
Yeah, I've always seen him different.
You know what he said? He spent about 2 packs a day,
$10 a day.
$10 a day for
But how he did it, he was like, I pulled out that can of snuff, I looked at it, I was like, if this little thing's gonna whip my tail,
Well, he-
I bet I know one person's happy. It's Debbie Blakely.
Yeah,
but
I'm glad too.
Don't get that's me
It's
on the
been
right.
13 weeks.
13
without
weeks,
a-
yeah.
Good
without
for
a
him.
bit.
Hey, look at that.
There they are.
There's that
That
crew.
radio star.
Todd didn't want to be in the picture.
Todd don't like to smile.
Todd was profiling. They were up on stage at the Knoxville County Event Center since they moved it over there, Chili Challenge. And next we got
judges.
Dion and Michelle, the two of the 3 judges. Judge Hutchins was the other
The
judge.
4
down there.
judges.
Shane Black.
Oh, I forgot about Shane.
Yeah, they had 4
Mr. Athens.
That's
Shane Black
right.
was also in it.
Can't forget
And a
Shane.
good crib. It was a nice venue to have it down that way, too. Had plenty
There
of
was
room to
plenty-
spread out.
plenty
No
of room.
entertainment this year.
It wasn't too hot, it was just big.
The
It was
other
great.
judges cooked. Judge Baker, Judge Wise, and Judge Doug were out there cooking.
Awesome.
That's me on the right. Dave Leone, R&R Liquors.
Oh.
He'll go by Highway 50. He's a sponsor of the Chili Challenge right here in Athens. Good guy. Good guy.
He is a good guy. That's
And is that it? Don't forget, Chili Challenge will start running in place of the morning show coming up starting Thursday. You will run it till y'all get to where y'all know everybody personally on it. Sponsored by Zeke Creasy. Can you hear me now?
Huh?
One Love
Yeah.
Hearing. You deserve to hear.
I bet you can hear him now, can't you, Jamie?
Zeke's going to be a big Auburn
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
big Auburn supporter.
Loud and clear.
We'll talk to him in just a little bit too. So, Jan, anything surprising you about Trump doing so good?
No, but there was no smoking gun,
Nothing.
but I
Zero.
think there's
Zero.
more to come.
Well, that's because they won't let it go, will they, Greg?
No.
The liberals will not let it go.
Well, I want to see that report.
They said they're gonna turn it over.
just a couple of pages.
Here's what else Trump did.
I think they're
ISIS
gonna-
was completely annihilated
Awesome.
over the weekend. Gone.
So it's
Zero.
gone.
Out of here. Who gets credit for that? Nobody.
Well, they'll be back.
Did you hear what Rudy Giuliani told someone on CNN? I saw it this morning. He said, in the report it says, we cannot find anything against him, but we will not exonerate him. Well, that if the report comes back with nothing, that's exoneration. Like Giuliani said, that's exoneration. So let's get it over with and let the country go. And let's try to all live in peace.
Zack getting political.
Come on.
He's
That's like
gonna
Auburn,
run.
Alabama.
We can't live in peace.
It's like liberal Democrats and Republicans. Auburn, Alabama. Zack ain't gonna-
I about had to go off on Brad this morning. I felt bad too. I'm sorry, Brad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Zack, you will be for Auburn to pick up the national championship in basketball.
Like I said, I hope Todd's team wins.
North Carolina.
What day is it? Thursday or Friday? I can't remember.
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, everybody be switching on.
Todd's always been a North
Dr.
Carolina
White, you remember how to
basketball.
play Judge Jamie? We'll do
Oh,
that
yeah.
just a little bit. And Joseph, thanks for bringing that great-looking car up here this past
Yeah,
week.
yeah, that was a, it sounded good, didn't it?
Getting back
We
into
should have had
that.
him fired up on the air. Why didn't
When's
we
the
do
thing
that?
downtown
That was
this
loud.
weekend?
Well,
Late
let's
April?
see. That's
Late
April 27th. Yep, coming up.
Y'all know what big event comes up Monday, April 1st? Ironically, it was on a Monday 45 years
Yeah,
ago.
I do.
Starting our 45th year
Woo!
in television.
Wow.
It was on
Awesome.
Monday, that's when that deadly tornado came through on the 3rd. And on Tuesday, another great day, I will have been married 20 years.
Hey, that is
That's a
a
milestone.
Guinness Book of World Records.
Gloria gets the award.
Hallelujah. Things are working out. God's got a plan for
How
us.
did I do it?
Right now, we'll take a break. We'll come back and Judge Jamie. Y'all hang on.
Say, we'll send Gloria condolence.
And now, just like Secretary, to watch that again last night when cable went out, had it on my DVR. What? Judge Jamie, brought to you by One Love Hearing. Can you hear me now?
Nope.
See,
Yes.
6 locations. Go by and visit him now if you know somebody. And a lot of young folks now, Dr. White,
Yes.
appear not to, 1 out of 9 have a hearing problem.
know.
All right, y'all don't remember playing worldwide this morning too. Wrong answer. Right answer. I have been studying all weekend, Joseph. I know you won before. What is the current unemployment rate in the great state of Alabama?
3%.
2.5.
2.9%.
3.
That's all wrong. 3.7 as a matter of fact. How many people are working in the state of Alabama?
A million.
Millions.
1.3 million.
2.127 million know-it-alls, Rick.
Well, that includes the illegal people here, too.
Who is leading right now in the U.S. Senate race to replace Senator Doug Jones?
Brooks.
That is a right answer. It's
Wow.
Says
I did
he's
not know
running,
that.
But Mo Brooks right now has a commanding lead. So, over at this, have you been to 1818 Farms down at Mooresville?
No.
This place, have you been there, Joseph?
I have not.
It's really nice. They have products that are sold all over the country. But this past weekend, they had a fleecing down that way.
Uh-oh.
Where the guy came in and fleeced
Really?
sheep down there.
I thought that was called shearing.
Shearing.
It is, but sometimes they call it getting fleeced. You see that?
Oh, I got you.
But it is sheer. You're right, Joe.
Good headline.
Right answer,
Thought you
Joe.
called him.
Yeah,
About how
never.
many people, about how many tickets, it was a free event, but about how many tickets were reserved to see that?
50.
10.
35.
700.
That's a great answer. 700 is the right answer.
Are you kidding?
Okay, no, it don't. What
good
kind of
guess.
sheep were they?
Black sheep.
White sheep.
They had 17 baby doll South Down sheep. They 1818 Farm specializes in health and beauty products sold in numerous stores throughout the country. See, y'all are learning something. Be a good field trip for your students down that way.
Yeah.
Last week down at Decatur, they had the big catfish off on Wheeler Lake. They set a record down there with the big catfish, and the team actually finished second. About how big is that fish right there?
25, 50 pounds.
80.
72 pounds.
40.
75, 80.
114.96
Oh,
pounds.
God.
The largest ever weighed in the King Cat tournament.
Wow. That was in
God.
Decatur?
Yeah, they caught it somewhere down on the Wheeler Dam. All right, Janet, you might know this next one here. USA Today. The Vegetables Environmental Advocacy Group lists the cleanest 15, and they also list the dirty dozen with pesticides on them. What would be 2 or 3 of the top 3 that you buy at a grocery store that have pesticides on them?
Peaches.
Strawberries.
Apples, strawberries.
Strawberries, number 1.
Is it really?
Yeah, because it can soak up, the pesticides.
I
Yeah.
know the chemist would know that. Spinach is number 2.
Really?
Kale, yeah, number 3. Apples are 5. Okay, what would be some of the cleanest ones you can get?
Avocados.
Carrots.
Yeah, avocado.
Banana.
Avocados, number 1.
Bananas.
Favorite.
I don't see bananas even on here.
Pears.
Sweet corn,
Lemons.
pineapple, sweet peas,
Oranges.
eggplant, asparagus, cabbage, and Zach's favorite,
No lemons?
broccoli.
No.
I like
I
broccoli.
saw we was talking about him, Forrest Field from Michael. He was eating some of that too. I said, man, I cannot eat that stuff.
Oh, it's good.
I love it.
You got to know how to prepare it.
Yeah.
All right, only Joseph may know this next, or Greg may know this one,
Oh.
or Jan.
Okay.
What is a nematode?
Nematode.
It's a flatworm. Like a microbial
It is right,
flatworm.
exactly right. Who called Trump that?
That crazy woman.
AOC in an interview the other night.
Oh, she's an idiot.
She.
Wait a minute, you're saying
Thank you,
that?
Jan. Thank you.
Thank you,
You know
Jan, for
what? She
admitting that.
needs to sit down and shut up
Thank you.
and learn something before she's popping off her mouth.
They are
I
microscopic
agree.
worms
I like
that,
that, Jan.
acts as a parasite in animals and plants.
You know,
Yes.
I wish more people would just say what you've just said, and just tell those that need to sit down and shut up
Yeah,
to
like
do so.
there's a learning curve, and so she needs to
You know, right
sit down
now
and
she's
learn.
the second most popular politician in America
Wow.
behind Trump.
But she's
Actually,
doing
behind
that.
Lennon.
She's doing that
Yeah.
to get
To
publicity.
get, to get
She's
attention.
getting a lot of it.
Yeah, I don't read anything about her. I think it's
She's a Marxist.
terrible.
She's getting a lot of it. Who is the oldest president ever in the United States?
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter just turned. That's
Yeah.
a good answer, Janice, see if you know the rest of this part.
Okay.
Jimmy Carter. You know, he's the only Democrat president I've ever voted for in my life.
Really?
Really?
Well, I didn't go too
Okay.
good, as a matter of fact.
I was-
Gasoline, you couldn't even get it.
Yeah, I remember
I was
that.
opposed to him as a 14-year-old. But
I voted for him back, was it 72?
If you'd have been driving your,
96.
if you'd been driving your Hummer,
96.
then you wouldn't have voted
That's
for
right.
it.
76.
Right.
All those
How old was
gas
Jimmy
lines.
Carter when he got elected president?
50.
55.
Let's check 52. What'd you say it is?
I thought he was in his 40s, like 48.
He was the what number president?
31.
Zack. 31 had to go back to 1800.
38.
49, as a matter of fact.
I'm not good at history.
No kidding. What other presidents have lived
Nor
into
am
their
I.
90s?
Wow.
what's that?
Other presidents that have lived into their 90s.
Ford.
Reagan.
Reagan.
Reagan and Bush.
Bush.
are the only two.
Oh.
Who was the youngest president? All you folks playing worldwide, you might want to wake up and learn this one. Who was the youngest president to die
JFK?
after he retired?
Oh.
No, he was killed. Yeah, he would have
I
been
didn't
young.
listen to the last
And
one.
it wouldn't been Lincoln, because he didn't retire.
George Washington.
Really?
3 years after he got 57 years old
Goodness.
and 67 days. Who is
Yeah.
Oliver the Pet?
Who?
Oliver the Pet, he made an appearance at a Houston, Texas Petco.
He was.
Oh, the big
I
bull.
thought he was. I was going to say.
The big Brahma bull.
The Longhorn.
Yeah.
Longhorn.
He's not a longhorn, he's not a bull. He's a Watusi steer.
Oh,
African
Oh, we're close
Watusi.
enough.
He was testing the leash law to see if it was
If they would
true.
allow him in.
Yeah.
Where is
They
the
did.
nearest Watusi herd to be seen from Athens, Alabama?
Houston, Texas.
Only me will know the answer to this.
Quinn Road.
South Africa.
Winchester, Tennessee, at the farm of Don Shadow. I've been there. I've seen one.
He's got one.
He's got a couple
Several.
of them. He sure has.
Coach Legg needs to get a couple of them.
Yeah, he
You didn't
needs
ride one?
Only Jan may know the answer to this next question. How old is the only woman competing in the National Senior Years pole vaulting competition next year? Huh?
90.
I got to see that. I'm probably 95.
84. She's
Really?
a youngster, but she's the only
Oh,
one.
my, look
that's
at
gonna-
that.
So she's
Look at
already
her.
declared a world winner because of that. Yeah.
Good for her.
On a scale of 1 to 3, what is the United States happiness meter? What do people rank right now?
One.
Out of 10,
Out of 3, 1 to 3.
2.
3
Oh.
being top.
a 1.7.
Actually, they got 2.18 here.
I said 2.
It said, okay, well, I'll let you have it. Said happiness right now, people are more miserable because of an opiate epidemic and social media.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
yes, yeah. I've been depressed watching y'all still play, Brad, and we're sitting at home looking for a coach.
What is the latest person to retire in America?
Al Roker.
Oh, I wish. He looked better fat. You know, he ain't nothing but a head.
Yeah, that's true.
So is
So Al Sharpton.
Sharpton.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lose all that weight, but then their head stays big.
Donnie and Marie
looks odd.
Osmond have announced they're retiring from Vegas after
Oh,
11
wow.
years.
Really?
You know, I met them.
You did?
I
When?
did.
I'm
My
sorry.
mother used to work at the Civic Center in the late 70s, and I would go to work with her on Saturdays. Well, they were rehearsing that day, and one of the security guards came into my mother's office and got me and took me in and let me hear their rehearsal. Well, at the end, I was sitting on the front row. At the end, because there was nobody in there, they came down and spoke to me.
Aw,
I'll never
nice.
forget it. They were,
I'd like to
what,
meet Marie.
probably 21 years old at that
Show
time?
on ABC was
Friday.
76 to 79. They had one #1 record in all their recordings. What was it?
Puppy Love.
Puppy love, that's what I was going to say.
Nope, that wasn't a
And
number
they
one.
called it
How's
puppy,
it go, Zack?
and they called it puppy love.
That's the reason it did
I'm
go.
allergic to that.
What was their #1?
I'm starting to break out.
A little bit country.
Clint's texting that right now, I'm sure.
One Bad Apple.
Don't sing.
I don't remember that
I
song.
don't
A whole bunch of girls.
#1, 1971.
Hey, she's still good looking.
Bunch of girls. Yeah, I remember
Say that again?
I hated the group growing up.
Do that
I was in
again?
Jackson 5. I
How'd
won't.
it go?
I charge for my
I
performance.
like Marie. Marie's
I don't
looking
think I've heard
good.
it.
Yeah.
Not gonna do it?
I don't give away anything for free.
She's lost all that weight.
You can see me on YouTube.
There's a giant cocktail shaker making its way around the state of Florida.
Huh?
What has it got in? How many drinks could it make? It's got. It's enough for 123 bottles of beer. Okay, honestly, what's it traveling? It's got 4 speakers, 3 subwoofers, Joseph.
What?
Yep, it's 27 feet long,
Yeah,
13
come
feet high.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
That's a
There it is.
cement truck.
Cement truck mixing up monkey cocktails.
How does it shake it? Is
How many
it
gallons would
hydraulic?
be in that?
Oh,
1,000?
goodness.
Gallons?
Crazy.
250.
500 gallons.
2,400
That's
gallons
close. I said
of
1,000.
alcohol.
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 Does it actually spill and pour out the chute there like the cement does? See it on the back?
I don't know.
I don't know, Joseph.
We'll have to
Gotta be
Google.
I didn't
it.
get that far into it. I just, all you people playing at home, pick your game up from Todd.
Hey, Susan and Ricky, they all got that
here we go.
right answer.
Since 82% of Americans love to snack while in a drunken state, which they do 2 or 3 times a month, what's the most popular snack when you're drinking?
Peanuts.
Chips.
Popcorn.
Pretzels.
Pizza.
Woohoo!
Oh,
Pizza.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Chips come in second, French fries third.
I don't call-
Women prefer more salt. One guy said one night in a drunken state he ate 3 pounds of bacon. Another
Goodness.
guy had 14 tacos.
I don't call
He
pizza a
was smoking
snack.
No.
dope too.
No.
That's a meal.
Yeah,
He was a
pizza's a
pop
meal.
smoker.
Yeah.
Last question, all you folks.
Oh,
Oh, man, I love it. Oh, my God.
hey, Brad, that was good
Nice
pizza.
work, Brad.
What's it during the show?
Pizza.
We're the sports guy. He loves
Buddy.
That was
Hey,
good stuff.
you know my slogan? It's free, it's for me.
Where's them free donuts at?
All right, here we go. Well, one last question here. Y'all may know this one here. Y'all know who Kim Jong-un is, right?
Yep.
Right.
Afraid so.
Rocket Man.
Yeah.
He fired and purged his personal photographer
Wow.
and sent him down to be a second-class citizen.
Wow.
What did he do that was a serious no-no in front of Kim Jong-un?
He
He
took
smiled.
a photo of his backside.
He smiled.
I don't know. I
He was
better
his
not
personal
say.
photographer. He did
Nude.
something that
He
was...
got him nude.
You know what?
He took a picture of him nude.
He sneezed in front of
He
him.
wore an Auburn shirt.
While Kim Jong-un was speaking to the crowd, the photographer accidentally blocked his view, the crowd from seeing him for almost 3 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
There he is. For almost 3 seconds, he blocked the crowd's view of Kim Jong-un, and therefore he was sentenced to a lifetime of becoming a second-class citizen.
But he was trying to get a picture of him.
Yeah. Or the crowd or something.
That's
What's a
crazy.
second class citizen, Brad?
So anyway, just so y'all know, see, that's how I am worldly in all this stuff, to know this stuff.
You're a man about town.
That's
They
right.
gonna say out
Speaking of
loud.
being a man about town, we're going to talk to a man about Canada who hung out with Michelle Obama and lived to tell about it, and it was an enjoyable experience.
I survived the screening process.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that coming up next. Y'all hang
Surprising.
on.
I stand up well to severe scrutiny.
And welcome back this morning. Let's quickly go over that forecast. Really not a lot to say. Welcome to springtime. 50 degrees out there this morning. Feels absolutely wonderful. High temperatures today around 60, 61 degrees. We'll see some clouds mixed in with some sun today, so just enjoy several days with no rain. 65 tomorrow, 70 on Thursday. Just absolutely beautiful. Rain returns on Saturday. SaveWithGloria.com. Easy process to get you in that home of your dreams.
All right, join us up here this morning on instead of a Thursday. The Chili Challenge will be running in our place this Thursday, a couple of days next week too. Chili Challenge this weekend, sponsored by Zack. You deserve to hear. So if you've got somebody got a hearing problem, whether they be a kid or older or whatever, give Zack a call. He's got 6 locations. The main one right here in Athens. And tell him we sent you down that way.
Not just older adults anymore.
Yeah, not the older adults anymore. All right, you went up to Canada for a few days over the weekend to hear Michelle Obama. But let me ask you this question first. Did you call in to find Bomb while you were up there?
No,
Oh, thanks. So you missed it.
didn't have time.
All right. First of all, you and a fellow teacher
Yeah,
went up there.
yeah.
Why did y'all decide to go to Canada on just a
Spring
vacation?
break.
Well, I asked him that when he called me, and I thought we were going to go to Florida because he said Edmonton. And he said, my wife bought me a meet and greet package with Michelle Obama. I said, why?
That's what I'd say. Why?
You know, and because we're both rather conservative, you know, and all that. He said, she just thought it'd be interesting since he's a government teacher and we like politics and that sort of thing. So she was up there to promote her book.
Which is #1, by the way.
It is.
Has been for the last 2 months.
And so he said, it's already paid for. You just have to, you know, pay for your airfare. And I said, okay,
Wow.
I'll do it. So it's just a quick trip. So we went up there and spent an hour waiting in line. They search you, you know. And
Is this after the speech?
this is before.
Okay, before.
Yeah, so before there was probably 300 people in line to see her.
Okay.
And to do the meet and greet. And so you can't take any cameras or electronic
selfies.
devices, nothing. So
So where do you leave your phones at this time?
they have a coat check kind of thing.
Okay.
So they have your name there and everything. So it's pretty extensive. They had Secret Service there, Alberta State Police were there, their governor detail. And so we were waiting in line, and we were probably 15 or 20 people back, and then we go in. So when there's this curtain you can't see in, and as soon as these 2 ladies walk in, one of them starts yelling like it's the Beatles, you know, and it was kind of funny. So we go in there, and she's very tall. She's probably 5'11", and very gracious. And when it was my turn to come up there, I was wearing my submarine warfare pin on my lapel, and she said, were you in the Navy? I said, yes, ma'am. And she said, you probably didn't vote for my husband. I said, no, but he was my president. And I said, one of the things I try to teach my students is that if you don't talk to people you disagree, then we won't survive.
When did you tell you were from Alabama?
Right away. And I said, we have a card with your name on it. And she said, hello, Greg. And she gave me a hug. She gave me 2 hugs, actually.
Really?
Oh,
I said, yeah. I said, I prayed for your husband and you when he was in office. He was my president. You know, I didn't often agree with some of the things he did, but you always want a president to succeed because the country succeeds.
Yeah.
And even if you disagree on policy. So one of the things that I've been focusing on an individual level is talking more to people that I don't agree with, because we have a hard time of doing that in this state. Mm-hmm. You know, we wall ourselves off, literally.
Even
you know?
in your own Limestone County party.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So some in my party would consider me a heretic for just going up there to see her.
Right.
And that's fine.
But it was worth it.
It was worth it. And so she talked, you know, about reconciliation and things that she probably could have done better when she was First Lady, and, you know, trying to change the tone in the country. So as an individual person, I found her to be very warm and engaging. And, you know, I never had a disrespect for her, but I just gained a newfound level of respect for her. And it doesn't mean that she may push for things that I'm going to get behind, but I gained a bigger understanding. I think that's important. You know, in this country, we're so politically divided now that you've got to continue to talk, because there's always hope if there's conversation.
But what's the chance of you, being a big Republican, going up there and meeting and being impressed with Michelle, and you go all the way to Canada? And didn't she say, what are you doing in Canada?
Yeah, if my wife had shown me this thing, I would have said, no, I'm not going, you know. And so the funny thing was, my friend, he booked this trip, and it's non-refundable. And 2 days later, they expanded the tour, and she's coming to Nashville.
Yeah, okay.
So she'll be
guys could've gone to
she'll be in Nashville in
Going back to
May.
see her?
No. So it was
a
nice.
good
If it had been, like Hillary Clinton, I wouldn't have gone. If it had been, Barbara Bush or some of the other first ladies that I've grown up to know as a citizen, I would have gone to see. But I never found Michelle as being really divisive in the way that Hillary was as
She
a
was
first
nothing
lady.
like Hillary.
Well, I heard
so-
Barbara Bush once in
Yeah,
Atlanta.
yeah. And Barbara Bush was very warm and loving too, from what
Well, that's
what
good that
people
you can
said.
come back and say something from Alabama and a Republic, a big Trump
Yes.
supporter, and you can say that, hey, this was a very enjoyable experience. She was a very nice person.
Well, I like what he said, too. If you can't have a conversation with someone and mend arguments or disagreements, there is no hope.
Right. So
And that's a very
Now,
immature
how are you
person.
going to use that in your class?
well, just in that same format, it's, we have kids that disagree with each other on the simple things.
Grow up.
It doesn't mean, to understand someone doesn't mean you have to agree with what they're doing
Right.
or saying, but
Be civil.
it is. Civility is important. It's part of being a citizen. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson got into very heated discussions, but at the end of their lives, they reconciled. And some things are bigger than our individual needs or desires or wants, and so you have to kind of focus on bigger picture things and come together.
Didn't
Well said.
Thomas Jefferson and John, didn't they die on the same day?
They died on the same day. They were both 84 years old.
Died on the same day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's happening with the track team?
We have a meet Monday, if it's not raining, at Athens, and we have 3 meets left, and then we're going to our sectional meets over at James Clemens at the end of April.
Oh, we got a
Okay.
couple photos while y'all were on
I tell Greg, I
the
said,
tour.
send me some. I just got the first 3.
What is
Send
this,
me
Greg?
some photos.
This is the largest mall in North America. It's even larger than the one in Minneapolis or Minnesota. And it has an indoor water park. That is a Spanish galleon, and in the water there's a bunch of sea lions that are performing for
Really?
people. They've got a golf course in there. They have 800 shops, and there's not an empty storefront in the building.
Goodness.
It's not like malls in America.
Right. True.
So it's and that was the hockey game. Edmonton, we were right there on the front row. It would have cost me 10 times what I paid to go see at that same seat in Nashville.
Really?
Yes.
So you enjoyed your time?
I did. I enjoyed it. It's a very quick
That's
trip. The guy in the back was he's a Canadian. His name is last name is Duchesne, and he's getting paid $8 million, and he got into the penalty box, and all the Canadians there were ribbing him, taking selfies, and he just looked straight ahead. And I put it on Facebook and said he didn't want to cooperate while in the
I
penalty
remember
box.
you told us you're going. I said, what are you going up there for?
Yeah.
Well, it's
But
well
that
worth
was
it.
so, I mean, you
Yeah,
explained
it was
that
worth
so
it.
well.
When I was in the Navy and we were, before we would deploy, we would be down like in Kings Bay, Georgia, or some other places, and we'd make a quick run to Charleston overnight and come back next day, call it a speed run. And sometimes, quick trips can be the best trips because you don't have to plan a lot of
Everything.
things to cover your dead time.
That was great.
Well, thanks for sharing all that
Good
with us about
outlet,
Michelle
too.
Obama.
Way
It's
to-
shocking, but
One last thing.
Yeah.
So they legalized pot, and I didn't speak to a single person there who approved of it.
Really?
Yeah, and there's a lot of pot smokers out there. And one guy said it's going to kill our ingenuity and our drive, because we're
make 'em lazy?
falling apart, yeah.
So you didn't indulge.
No.
Okay. All right,
Except
we'll take a
secondhand.
break. We'll come back with Dr.
Yeah, I bet you got a lot of that.
Y'all hang on. And Dr. Jan White joins us again, making a stop in Athens, our next
Yep.
across the street neighbor.
Yep.
What are we talking about today, Dr. White?
Well, it's a topic you gave me. It's an analysis by the U.S. Census. There's a big increase in older adults renting as opposed to buying.
Is it good or bad?
It's good. I think it's real good. Now, there's a lot of reasons why. First of all, it's gone from, in the last 10 years, 31% of older adults renting, and now it's 43%, which is quite a
Really?
jump. But For one thing, the older adult population has increased, so that is one factor.
baby boomers.
Yeah, but there's a lot of other reasons why, and I dug into the research, as I always do for
No.
this. So one reason why they're renting instead of buying or staying is rising home prices. So they want to get out now, get their money, you know,
live.
yeah, get their money and live, maybe invest their money. People don't want the hassle of maintenance. I mean, if
can
you
see that.
just imagine if you're 80 years old and you're struggling, and then you need a new roof, and you know, things happen. So yeah, they want to be able to call the supervisor and say,
Now, is this
come over.
nationwide or is this
Yeah,
any
this
particular area?
this is in the United States. Okay, so people are downsizing, like you and Jamie. So
Finally.
instead of going into another home, they decide, well, let's just go ahead and rent. There's no hassle, and if I don't like the place, I can just move. Yeah, so you're not really committed.
And
I
also
wouldn't
friends
be
of
a good
mine,
candidate for
a guy a
renting.
little bit older than me, a couple in Huntsville, good friends of mine, they lived in a house forever. It's very successful, but they rented one of those loft apartments downtown
yeah.
over Publix, downtown Huntsville.
Yeah.
1,200
They love it
square feet.
because
I know.
they're into this entertainment type deal.
And they
they'll-
travel a lot.
Yeah.
Right. And so they're not just, older adults are not just renting apartments, they're renting houses, they're renting condos, they're renting these lofts that you're talking about. There's all kinds of options. It's very important, though, that you do the math, you do the numbers. So look at how much it's going to cost me to move, how much am I going to make on this deal, am I going to invest the money, and where do you invest it? Because you want to
And not
make
just blow
about,
it.
no,
to be smart
no,
with it.
that's dangerous. So you have to look, run the numbers, talk to a professional. Now, it's interesting you said blow it, because some people actually sell their home and they buy an RV, which is a lot of fun. I mean, there's, this could be a wonderful way to retire, but you have to realize that that is may not be a
temporary.
wise investment. Yeah,
Right.
you can't be on the road forever, and your
Right.
RV does decrease in
It
value.
can break down as well.
Yeah, right. So what's on the downside? Well, the only downside I could really find in this whole scenario was the rent increase. So if you rent a place, yeah, your rent's going to go up, but you just factor that in.
What is the average rent for a place like that for, say, two people?
I have
Well,
no
that's-
clue.
$1,500 a month?
I have
I'm
no
sure
clue.
that
It
varies on
depends.
what you can
Yeah,
afford.
because this is a nationwide study. So who knows? I mean, the rent in New York City would be different than the rent, here in Athens, Alabama.
Or wherever you wanted to stay. I don't know if I don't know. I'd rather just try to work toward getting that house paid off. And
Yeah, so, and that's the other thing, it's your mindset. So you have to find out what's important to you, and you have to look at,
Where were
your
you-
lifestyle.
Where were you with all that valuable information 13 years ago when I bought a house big enough for about 20 people?
Oh,
you've loved that
that was a
house.
wonderful
Be
house
quiet.
for you and
Yeah,
Gloria.
still is.
Yeah.
I hope
So,
I'll be leaving soon.
been there, done that. You had your great big
Yeah.
house, and so now you want to downsize.
We found a great house.
Right, and for you, renting is not what you really
Not an
need to do right now. You really,
No,
in
I've
your
got to carry a lot of
case-
me with me wherever I go.
Yeah. So the bottom line is, be open to renting. If someone throws that out as an option, why not? Look at the numbers,
Yeah.
do the math, and, keep an open mind.
And the reason that topic came up is because someone was going to retire and they were going to live at the Holiday Inn or something
Yeah,
like that.
right.
And
And-
it was less expensive than
Yes.
an assisted living.
And Jamie, I want to do that show next.
we'll do that next,
Because
yeah.
my mother, 20 years ago, asked me if she could live at the Sheraton at the Nashville airport, and I can't really, it made a lot of sense. And I want to share that with the viewers.
We'll talk about that
Wow.
next. Well, good to have you back in action.
And
You're welcome.
amenities all
Thank
around
you.
you.
All
Yeah.
ready to go. All right, we'll take a break. Hot Rod Scott makes an appearance next. Y'all hang on. And Hot Rod Scott, that's a new name we have for
Good
our.
name for him.
I like that.
So what's happening there?
Well, look, some car shows this weekend. There's a cruise-in Saturday night at Chihuahua Mexican restaurant in Priceville.
Chihuahua, I like how you
That's
say
right. I went by it the
Chihuahua.
other day. I didn't know how to say that at first. It's a nice restaurant over there. Let's see, where was the other
You know,
cruise-in?
Priceville's about to, I saw on the news the other day, they're getting a thing like Providence over there.
Really?
Yeah,
I did not
they're
know
a
that.
booming, thriving community over there.
That's awesome. It's a good little area. You know, you drive through there and used to not be anything but 1 or 2 gas stations.
Except that big city hall.
Now there's a lot of,
Huge city
stuff.
Yeah, new school. Mary
But-
Grant's done a great job over there.
April the 6th, I don't know if we'll be back in time to talk about that, but you got the Eli Williams Block Party show at Bethel Church of Christ. That's also the Whitesburg Christian Academy show that Matthew was telling us about. That's the Asbury Community Car Show on Hughes Road that day. And then that afternoon at 6 is the first cruise-in of the year on the square in Athens.
All right, so things are percolating.
Yes, yes. So a lot of shows coming up. But you were asking me.
Speaking of percolate, the movie industry is percolating around here too.
Yes,
isn't
it is. You know, there's been some articles lately about how Atlanta is completely, in the last 2 years, more films than Hollywood. But we are doing a film coming up in a couple of weeks here. They've already started filming, but it's called The Art Collector. That's about all I can tell you about it. It's kind
Buddy
of
Danny Vincent in it.
Danny's in it. Kale possibly
Joseph
in there.
Scott.
I'm in it. Yep,
What's
I'm
your stage
excited.
name?
I can't say you that.
You can't say his part.
So anyway.
Well, I mean stage name. I mean, what do you?
Well, my
go
stage
by?
name on IMDb is Joseph P. Scott. So P for Patrick. So anyway,
Okay, Patrick, tell us more.
that's right. It's an exciting film. I mean, like I said, I wish I could share a little more about it, but it's a lot of local people putting it together. I think the director's out of Ohio, but the people locally are the cream of the crop. They're the best of the best. So I'm very excited about getting to be involved in this project. And we're filming on first Monday in April.
Yeah, well, I'm about to put a moving
Right.
company out of business. 2 men in a truck. I'm coming
Oh.
I'm coming on my own. I have 1 man and a bunch of boxes.
Love it.
Well,
Love it.
I got more liquor store boxes. I got more whiskey boxes in our house than ABC store.
Well, that's funny.
So anyway, anything else?
Good box.
That's about it. I'll
Well, we're
keep
gonna
you
run
posted.
All right, we're going to run the Chili Challenge in the place of the show for a few days, starting Thursday morning. I'll enjoy that. Hospice Annual Chili Challenge this weekend, sponsored by not only Zeke, but also by my buddy Frank Williams at Landers McClarty.
There we
and
go.
his
Frank Williams
dealerships over in Huntsville on University Drive. They're great folks to do business with, too, as is Zeke. Everybody deserves to hear. Zeke's in Hawk Heaven right now because he's an Auburn graduate. And
There we go.
I watched the
going to
whole
the
Auburn
game.
game when
Sweet
they beat down on
16.
Tennessee. Y'all know what? You know, as Joseph just tells you, everything's getting out, doing things now. I've been going to fitness, 360 Fitness over, working out a little bit. But there's just some things, sometimes you just don't look good naked anymore.
No, no.
I mean, no matter what you do, Todd. You may be an exception, but looking at you, I don't think so. You just don't look good naked anymore. So we'll go out with that
goodness.
great
Speak
video
for yourself.
right now. We'll take a few days off. See y'all when we get back.
Bye-bye.
Well, my body could use a little slimming. I keep my shirt on when I go swimming. And I ain't seen my feet since 1984. The old lady wants to roll in the hay. We turn the lights down all the way. 'Cause I don't look good naked anymore. No, I don't look good naked anymore. I'm a deep fried double wide version of the man I was before. If I keep on like I'm doing, I won't fit through the door, and I don't look good naked anymore. Well, I used to be a hell of a man. I chop wood with just one hand, but I can't do the things I've done before. Well, it all happened kind of slow, but I guess I kind of let myself go. Now I don't look good naked anymore. I don't look good naked anymore. I'm a deep fried double wide version of the man I was before. If I keep on like I'm doing, I won't fit through the door, and I don't look good naked anymore. With each and every passing year came a lot of French fries and beer, and my belly hung a little closer to the floor.
Now my belly as big as a truck. And the old lady don't wanna, she don't wanna, 'cause I don't look good naked anymore.